Back for a second Supreme Cube draft. The first one was pretty bonkers. I think I learned a couple of things. Things that interact with the board and with Planeswalkers are good. Like I said in my video, I think a Lightning Bolt is pretty decent. Feels like blue is almost mandatory here. That said, no power in this pack. Kind of underwhelming. The cards I'm interested in is Thieving Skydiver. Feels like having one of these nuisance like creatures in your deck. This can steal a Mox, and then it's just a 2/1 to pressure Planeswalkers, or just be trouble on the board. It's actually kind of sweet. Dreadhorde Arcanist could be good also. Let me just pop over in the previewer. There's another good creature. Feels like most people will be skimping on creature removal, at least at first. Definitely want this Ponder. Seagate Stormcaller is also sick with Ancestral or with Time Walk. So I think for now I want to take the Stormcaller. I could see the Skydiver being good, as well as the Arcanist. Let's stay with the Stormcaller for now. Ooh, Mana Crypt, Karakas, Consecrated Sphinx. Definitely want the Mana Crypt. Mind's Desire is also interesting. Sphinx doesn't seem bad. The other option is Steam Vents. I think red is a color you will often want to play. Let's take the Mana Crypt for sure. And then another thing I want to try, by the way, is like playing a white deck with Spirit of the Labyrinth. If I ever get like Mox Pro or Thalia early, that's something I really want to try and make work. If everyone's just trying to draft blue nonsense, I could take the Mind's Desire. Goes well with our Mana Crypt pick, but Mana Crypt goes well with most things. Consecrated Sphinx. I think I just take the Steam Vents. There's better win cons than Consecrated Sphinx. Consecrated Sphinx is not even that great in Vintage Cube anymore, I feel. Just a little bit slow and vulnerable. Just take the Steam Vents. In the weak packs, I just want to pick up my lands there. Brainstorm, not super excited about. Tundra, see that being good. Zealous Conscripts, it's not a bad card either. This is an underwhelming pack. I think I will take the Brainstorm and then probably just a Tundra. Like I said, in the lower powered packs, I want to try and take my Fixing. That's our first Mox, so we'll be taking that. Maybe Sneak Attack. I could see sneaking in an Eldrazi is being good here, especially since you could do it so quickly with the Moxen that you can gather. Upheaval. Upheaval is good, but if everyone is playing Moxen, Upheaval becomes a little bit worse. Let's take the Mox Emeralds and let's try this Sneak Attack. Mox Pearl, and I think we're picking up another land here with Misty Rainforest. I have to be careful because you cannot pick up too many lands, to be honest, because then you're just short on playables. Mana Drain. Mana Drain and Treasure Cruise. Mana Drain for sure. These other cards are not as exciting to me. It's another weaker pack. Treasure Cruise is not terrible. Otherwise, there's Marsh Flats. Let's take their Cruise. Preordain, Boros Signet, Chromox. Another pack that's not very exciting. Take the Preordain. I guess the Chromox. Yeah. Oko. Mana Vault. Deceiver Exarch, Cryptic Command. I do like me an Oko. Curious to see if it's as good here as it is otherwise in normal cube. Fun addition. Let's take the Mana Vault for sure. Cryptic. Don't have any forces yet either. Oko is mostly good against creatures, but it's also decent against the... maybe actually I'll take the Zealous Conscripts. Yeah. Okay, Jace. That's a good one. And Splash Shock is pretty good too. Let's take the Jace and the Ashok. So there's Through the Breach. We don't really have all that many great Through the Breach type creatures. Time Twister I do like. There's also Pestermite. Maybe just take the Pestermite and the Time Twister and look for Kiki Jiki or Splinter Twin. Emrakul makes me regret not picking up that Through the Breach. I think I will take it here and just take the Mana Leak also. I like Force of Negation. I don't think we're a high tide deck, but there's our Through the Breach. So let's take that and the Force. Another Mana Crypt and a Splinter Twin and a Mnemonic Tutor and a Snapcaster and a Time Spiral. This pack has it all. I think we definitely want to take the Mana Crypt. Probably just Splinter Twin, and then this Zealous Conscript comes into play also. Mnemonic Tutor is good, but we don't have the mana to support it. Splinter Twin is a good win con. We don't have like Narset, otherwise I'd be more interested in this Time Spiral. Well, we get a second shot at a Demonic Tutor, and I honestly might just take it here. Other option is Glenolendra or Sundering Titan. I think the Demonic Tutor is powerful enough that I'm willing to take it here. Other card is Repeal. Actually, Repeal seems appealing too. It's an answer to a bunch of problems. Bounce a Mana Crypt when we are worried that we might die to it. I think the Repeal. And Glen or Demonic Tutor. Demonic Tutor is very powerful. Doesn't look like our mana can support it just yet, and we don't have that many more packs. I think Glen is good enough. I think I'll go for the consistency here. Although we also have Ashok now that I think about it, so that probably goes to the sideboard. Preordain, Blood Crypt. It's a black source, but now we don't have the Demonic Tutor, and I don't really just want to splash for Splash Shock, even though that's his name. I think I'll just take the Izzet Signet and the Preordain. Ah, yes, Black Lotus. We will be taking a Black Lotus. And then there's Tropical Island. Don't need this Thunder, by the way. There's Mold Drifter and there's Impulse. I love me an Impulse. Let's take that. Show and Tell is probably as big of a trap as it is in any cube. Can I take a Steam Vent? We have mana. We have 2 Moxen that are off color. And we have Mana Crypt. So we have a lot of mana. Do we have enough playables? I think I like Brazen Borrower. And then it's really between Steam Vents or Phantasmal Image. And in that case, I'd rather just take the Steam Vents. Final pack, Force of Will. I like me a Force of Will. I'm very happy with that. And then it's between Snapcaster or Fire Ice. And as much as I like Snapcaster, I think Fire Ice is better here. We don't have many ways to win. Didn't pick up that Kiki Jiki. I think Fire Ice is a good mix of interaction and some flexibility. So let's take that. All right, in-stream deck. We do need to make some cuts. I think we can cut. What can we cut? Probably is the Signet. Don't really need that. Chromox, maybe. Actually, I don't love Brainstorm here either. How do we count these Mana Crypt as lands? We have a bunch of colorless lands then. Let's do that. What would this come down to? 16 lands. I could see that. It's very low on lands. We have some ways to find lands. Is there anything we would otherwise cut? I'm honestly not sure how good this Manifold is. Maybe this Signet is better. Like, what are we powering out with this? Just sneak attack? Some of this. There's a lot of mana in our deck, that's for sure. Maybe Brazen Borrower can go. No, kind of like that. It feels crazy to cut the Mana Vault, but maybe. We're very low on lands. Maybe I should just cut both of these and run an extra land. Or we just go for broke. Let's just go for broke. Just a little bit more. Play the Mana Vaults. Well, no, let's play the Signet and then just see what happens. Round 1. And yeah, we don't really have any lands. So I think we have to mull this. This format is wild, man. I don't know what to what to think of this. We're really trying to go for broke, but I think our deck is not as good as the first one we drafted. Let's mulligan. This seems keepable. Just put back the mountain. We're not exactly going for broke with this draw, but that's fine. I don't want to mull into oblivion. Put back the land and see what our opponent has for us. An island. Yep, to be expected. Mox Sapphire. Ooh, they mull to 4. Seagate Stormcaller. I think I'll just play the Steam Vents here and just ponder. Our opponent is thinking. Decide not to do anything. I don't think we want these cards. Something a little bit more broken. Okay, Manifold doesn't do anything for us just yet, so let's just pass. At some point this Glenolendra could be very good. We can also Seagate Stormcaller a Preordain next turn. Okay, so they're not doing anything. Ooh, another Mana Crypt. Well, let's fetch. Play an island, play a Mana Crypt. This could be very painful, so I don't want to just jam all of them right away. Can we even kick this? No, that costs a little bit more mana. Let's just play this. They must be scared of Time Walk here. Little do they know we just have this meager Preordain. Ooh, they mana drain it. Yeah, that's good. Let's Preordain. Island, Zealous Conscript. I think we have to put both of these on the bottom. Draw Mountain, that doesn't help us either, but if we had drawn Island, Zealous Conscript, and Mountain, then I don't see a way for us to win this game, so I'm glad I shuffled. Let's see what they have with their Manic Drain mana. Hopefully it's not a Jace. Forest, alright. Hopefully it's nothing. They are thinking, so they're not just slamming it onto the table. Cycle Miscalculation. That is not as scary as what I was fearing. I can deal with cycled miscalculation. Oh, right. Now we start taking a bunch of damage. Well, we want to flip, so it's a nice start. Force of will. All right. Let's just keep our basic untapped and Glenalendra. They have another mana drain. I think I just want to counter this. I kind of want to have this Glen on the battlefield. Seems like the perfect card for this cube, even though it's a little pricey to get on the board. And giving them an extra 4 mana this turn, kind of scary. Now we're just racing our own mana crypt. Uro. Alright, interesting card. They gain a bunch of life. And they can also flashback this, or get back to Uro with the mana that they have. They need a couple more cards in their graveyard, but Time Twister would not be bad here. Heads again. What else? Lost a flip. Well, like I said, Time Twister would not be bad here. I don't think I want to play the other mana crypt here. That seems a little greedy. Perfect. Okay. That's a lot of lands, so I don't like that. We have the Brazen Borrower, so maybe we can bounce something. At least they're not getting back Uro anytime soon. They are at a pretty healthy life total also. The card we want to draw most here is just Splinter Twin. That could win us the game. And they play a Trop, and they found their Uro again. That's annoying because we're never erasing this. I have the extra land, obviously. And not having a way to punish your opponent for time when we need Time Twister makes its Time Twister a lot less appealing. And we really want to win with Splinter Twin now. They don't do anything. And we go heads. We want to flip. Is it Signet? Yeah, it's not great. Can only bounce something from our opponent. Let's just play this Misty. Can fetch the filter, I guess. Slam. Through the Breach Emrakul. Also good, but we're missing quite some pieces of the puzzle. They have a swamp. So there are 3 colors. Curious what they're splashing. Collective Brutality. Well, we just counter... Wait. Oh, they're just giving it -2, -2. Yeah, then that just happens. No need to waste a mana on it. Do they take this opportunity to resolve an instant? No. So they'll need to kill it again. Sylvan carried it. Okay, interesting deck. Let's fetch. Let's just get our Steam Vents tapped. Pass. We'll go heads again. And we lost. So maybe we should just alternate these. Preordain to start. No, don't want any of these. And we found our mana crypt again. That's not what we wanted. I imagine we just slam in. Yeah, I think so. See what they have for us. Maybe I should be cutting more lands. Feels like I would be low on colored sources. Did we get the Ancestral Disc draft? I don't know. I've been seeing so much power. I don't think we did. We still have some preordains or ponders or impulses we can draw. They don't do anything. We're going for heads again. And we want to flip. Preordain. Like I said, we have a bunch of preordains. Don't need this Mox Emerald. And I might as well take this ponder. Ponder. Aye. That is interesting. I can put Through the Breach, force Splinter Twin, shuffle my library. No. And the question is, do I want to wait a turn and have Force of Negation backup for when I go for this? They have 4 cards. We can stop one of their interaction spells. So I think I might as well just go for it. Well, next turn we have a bunch of mana. Yeah, we can pay for the force next turn. So I think I do wait. And then I don't need to attack really. In case I have like a flash blocker or something like that. I guess I should have just put the Splinter Twin on top then if I'm not going to go for it. Cycle Miscalc. Yep. And maybe I should pick a fight with this Brazen Borrower over there, Mox Sapphire. I don't think they really care. So I might just be better off saving that. Go heads. We want to flip. Yes. Always heads. Mana Crypt. Black Lotus. We have a lot of mana now. I think we just deal their swamp. If they have 2 pieces of interaction, we can beat them. They need to have 3. If they have 3, then we lose. They're thinking. Resolves. Let's steal their swamp. Yeah, they float a black. That makes sense. Let's just go for the twin. See if this works. Mana drain. Well, we get to counter that with Glen. That works. Do they have another counter? Okay, let's make a token. Let's use this to untap the Zealous Conscripts. Maybe have like a Cryptic. Make a token. Untap. I'm just gonna fast forward through this. No need. They scoop. Thank you, opponent. All right, we got there. Ashok is tempting me, but I think I'll stay disciplined and just resubmit. This hand has only 1 land. We have double force, which is appealing, and a mana leak, but half the mulligan. This can play a turn 2 sneak attack. And then Time Twister, and maybe find Emrakul. What do I put away? I think I don't have time to concern myself with this mana leak nonsense. Or, no, let's put back the island. Yeah, yep. Breeding Pool, tapped. All right, let's go. Well, there is Emrakul. Let's go Mana Crypt, play Signet, and we still have Mana Leak up. Next turn we can play a sneak attack, but we won't have any protection for it. So it kind of depends on what our opponent does here. We're just going for it. It's not going to go all that much better for us, I don't think. Hopefully we get to Mana Leak something here. Yeah, I will just Mana Leak this. If they have a force, maybe they force it. They don't, or they won't. If we can draw a red source, heads, tails. Well, didn't draw the red source. Did draw a land. Let's just play the sneak, and then next turn we can sneak Emrakul. Unless they do something here. We will see. They're not dead to the sneak Emrakul, but it will be pretty devastating, I imagine. Swamp. Time Walk. Okay. Yeah. See if they can find something here. Prismatic Vista. Petty Theft or sneak attack. Yep, that works. So just want to draw a red source. Go heads again. Tails again. Lost the flip. Boo. Force of Will. It's a good one to have. It resolves so they don't have a mana drain. This Brazen Borrower can block the Emrakul. Yeah, they can. Another swamp. 3 cards left. Feel pretty good. Let's see. Fetching. Fact or fiction? I think I'll let this happen. We can undo the card advantage they gain with the Time Twister. So it's Collective Brutality versus everything else. Yeah, I don't care about any of these other things, really. I guess Emrakul could be scary, but I don't think they can Emrakul us after the Time Twister, so probably a non-issue. Okay, they decide to take the 4 cards. Makes sense. They can't cast the Brutality this turn anyway. Mock Sapphire, and then they pass. Yes. Gonna go for heads again. Yes, we won the flip. Good, good. Brazen Borrower. Well, let's just go activate. Put an Emrakul. Yes, we'll lose a bit of mana, but that's fine. Go to combat. And they have to sacrifice 6 permanents. Conveniently 6, which is everything. So everything's gone. They take 15. Down to 3. Actually, we should have just sneak attacked in the Brazen Borrower, I guess. We can do that next turn. We don't need the Time Twister then. We can just counter whatever they play, if they are able to play anything, and then Brazen Borrowing them next turn. I didn't really want to do it anyway, I think. Now that I think about it, we only have 1 red source, so what am I even talking about? Play an island, that's not going to do it. Yep, heads again. And we want to flip, of course. Play an island. Just sneak something in. Brazen Borrower. Yep. And let's go attacking. And that's good enough. All right. Won the first one. I'm still not super sure about their deck, but that felt pretty good. Round 2. Ooh, Force, Mana Drain. Guess this hand is not actually that good, but I will keep it. We need something to actually progress our own game plan, but we can stop our opponents for a bit. Well, I guess Treasure Cruise is also a thing you can do with Mana Drain mana. Play the Steam Vents and pass. Next turn we can keep up Mana Drain. Hallowed Fountain, Volcanic Island. What do they have? Jace. Well, that happens. Can't do anything about it. Repeal could be good against their Jace. Let's just do this for now. Island. They don't do anything? No. Black Lotus. I think we just chill. Play a Steam Vents. They loot Soulfire Grandmaster. So this feels like some sort of Time Walk pile. You don't put Soulfire Grandmaster in this cube, in your deck in this cube, I don't think, if you don't have like 6 synergies with it. Time Walk being the most obvious. They play the Swamp, so there are 4 colors. They attack with Jace. Why did they attack with Jace? Did they have like Fallen Shinobi? They have to have Fallen Shinobi. Well, good to know. Our opponent's trying to play it off like they're not sure why they even attacked, but I'm assuming that they have the card Fallen Shinobi in their deck. Let's cast this Mox Burl. I think I'll cast a Mana Crypt also. And then just say go. If they attack us again, Thirst for Knowledge. I will allow it. Discarding Mana Drain Island. Their hand must be pretty gas. Underground Sea. And they loot. Can just let this happen. Yep, that's fine. I think I just bounce their Jace. End of turn. If they want to fight, they can. Mana drain. Well, we can mana drain their mana drain. Seems about as good as it's gonna get. That happens. Jace gets bounced. This is gonna choose heads again. Won the flip. Like a boss. Get some mana. And then play our land. Treasure Cruise. And we'll delve away these two. Play this. Hope they don't have Hull Breacher. No, they have another mana drain. So they have 3 mana drains in their deck. That is crazy. It's force. And they force back. Well, alright. We're all on empty. I guess they have a Jace left. Or no, they exiled the Jace to the force. So they have 3 mana drains and a force of will. Alright, alright. No need to play this Lotus, I don't think. Maybe we get to kick this with the Lotus on like a preordain. They have 8 mana. Well, do they have like a 10 drop? Bribery. Ew, they have... yeah. And I don't think we can really take out Emrakul. Heads. Okay, one to flip. Pestermite. Pestermite can stop Emrakul for a turn. So we're not dead yet. On their upkeep, I will play Pestermite. They have another counter. Alright, well, we're beat then. I'm not gonna live through an Emrakul attack. They have a lot of counter spells. That is not good for us. Kinda want to cut the Emrakul, but I don't think I can. We were drawing into a Jace as the other answer to it. I think that's just, if they have it, they have it. Our deck isn't good enough to play around that. So we have Force, we have Preordain. We're not really drawing most of our fast mana. I'll keep it. Can't always go for broke. And our opponent has enough counters to be able to stop our brokenness. Preordain, Black Lotus, Splinter Twin. Well, I don't think I want the Twin, but I do want the Lotus. Next turn we can play Sneak Attack. Outlet Fountain, they just let it happen. Play the Steam Vents. I guess no. Lotus, and then just cast the Sneak Attack. See if they have a force. If they do, I will force back. Yeah, can get rid of this Treasure Cruise. Next turn we can Time Twister. Ideal draw would be Demonic Tutor. Scary. Ideal draw is probably one of the Mana Crypts, so we can Time Twister and still keep our red up. We do get the Time Twister away whatever they tutor for, if it's not something they can play right away. Or maybe it's like another force. But it doesn't make sense to go grab a force when your opponent played a sneak attack, because that just doesn't interact with it. We'll find out, I guess. No Mana Crypt, so let's just Time Twister. Undoes their tutor. Not the greatest of Time Twisters, but we'll take it. I think we're still ahead in the exchange. Tolarian Academy, Mana Crypt. I was gonna say, Tolarian Academy is their only land, it's not great. Mox Emerald. Are we getting like bribery here? Soulfire Grandmaster. They don't quite have what it takes to combo off here. I think I'd like to start with a Preordain. Don't need either. Play the Mox Emerald. I think I will play the Mountain. We have a counter. That's something at least. Bribery. Well, what can we do? We can try and mana leak it. That doesn't accomplish anything. I think we just let this happen. We can stop it with the Pestermite. Or we can go for a combo with the Pestermite and Sneak Attack perhaps. I feel like I do want to use this Repeal. Yeah, we can take a hit from this, that's fine. Actually, maybe I should just ice one of his lands. If they counter, I will just mana leak back because I want to draw the card. Mana Drain. Is it Signet? Is not what we needed. I guess I tap this for mana. Repeal the Mox. Seagate Stormcaller. Not what we need either. Play the Mox again. Play the Signet. Play the Misty. Question is, do I want to cast this Pestermite? I think I do. And we still have the Mana Drain, so we can get ourselves another turn. Yeah, they have another counter. Was to be expected. Okay, we get to tap their Emrakul, rather our Emrakul. So we won't be annihilated this turn yet. Jace, Mox. Okay, so their hand is on the table. They are attacking. We won't block because we have the Splinter Twin as an out here. Impulse. Yes, so we get a bunch of mana too. So I want to cast this Stormcaller. I don't think I can kick it. I don't have that kind of mana to do that also. We do get to look 8 cards deep to find the Twin to win here. Or the Jace to live longer. So our odds are decent. Well, there's the Twin. We know they have nothing they can do. Yep, let's take the Twin and win. I have to resolve this other Impulse first. And take a Mox, whatever. And then and just twin win. All right. Nice, nice. Bribery, but still won. Do I want to take out the Emrakul? I still feel like I don't. Yeah, I think I just run it back. Yeah, they were saying they thought they were safe with 3 counter spells up, but I guess not. This hand's not very proactive, so I'm not super thrilled by this, but let's just try and keep it. We have a Mox to be a little faster. Mox Ruby, Mana Crypt. Well, this is scary. We do have a Force of Will, Time Twister. I think I have to force this. Hope they don't force back. They do. It's going to be hard. Did they exile? Thirst for Knowledge. Our hand's not terrible. It's also not great. Since I stop. Sure. Could get Bribery next turn. That'd be unfortunate. Let's go Preordain. Don't think I need this. I do want the Impulse. Let's just pass. Not feeling good about this game. Our opponent has way more mana than we do. At least they're topping, so either they have enough mana to do whatever they want, or they haven't found what they're looking for. Another Mox, and they start looking with the top again. Like I said, I like that. That means that they just haven't just lined up. Oh, they're drawing a card. I do not like that. Maybe it's a Jace. Yeah, okay, that's fine again. So many mixed emotions in this game. Jace. Let's just cast our Mox and go Impulse. I want to do this now. Do I want Time Twister or is it Signet? I think the Signet's better. Not sure. Maybe the Through the Breach actually. Mana Crypt. Hope they lose the flip. They won. 2 mana top. Activate top. I think I played a Glen next turn. They don't have a second blue though. A loot discarding another Mana Crypt while there's the other blue source. And this means they also get to reset the top of their library. They do this now, so I imagine they're gonna top. Time Walk, then top. Okay, now I'm back to not feeling very comfortable with what's going on. Top again. They won the flip. They get to flip their Jace. They're gonna Shinobi us. No, yes, they are. Well, let's hope they miss. There's a world where they miss. Preordained Treasure Cruise. I wouldn't call those misses. Shinobi is such a busted card. Draw 3, preordain, draw some more. We're close to scoop territory, I'm gonna say. I mean, we're forced to play Jace, bounce Shinobi. Yeah, at least they don't have a blue source. They're very likely to have a force though. 3 mana, Direction Metamorph, copying Fallen Shinobi. Yeah. I think we have found our match here. Just a turn 1, play your artifact mana, Time Twister is super duper good. And our deck wasn't that good, I don't think. Even have the force backup for the Time Twister, so yeah, this one's over. On to the third. Okay, ready for the third round. We're on the draw. I mean, I have to say, for the amount of fast mana we haven't seen much of it in our opening hand. We're just banking on this mana leak. I think I'll keep this. If we have something super busted, then it's probably not good enough, but, well, Mana Crypt is one thing that leads to busted starts. And what did it have? Thirst. Well, Thirst is good, but it's not super scary just yet. Wormcoil Engine. Is this like Reanimator? Mox Ruby. Mox Sapphire. Brainstorm. Oh man. I have to say, it's fun, but I'm curious how long it stays fun, because Vintage Cube is fun, but losing to a bunch of Moxen is not always the most fun. Now, you have somewhat of a fighting chance if you can also have a busted deck, but like you saw in some of the drafts, you don't always get all of the power, and then it maybe becomes a little boring. So we'll see. For now, the novelty hasn't worn off yet, but I imagine that at some point it will. So it's good that it's just 1 week and then it's back to regular cube. Mystical Tutor, yep. This is in their main phase. Force of Will. Fine with them tutoring for Force of Will. I guess what I'll do here is I will fetch, and then I'll probably just play the Jace. Now they might have a blue card, and that's annoying because they can force our Jace. Oh, well, then I guess they don't have a force, or I have another blue card. Do I just want to draw 3? I think so. I think I want to look for some sort of force of our own. Put back, Mountain, Repeal, and we'll play the Lotus. I don't think I want to use it to Time Twister here. Seems like their hand is pretty bad. We have a mana leak to protect ourselves a little bit. I want to flip again. If they don't do anything this turn, I might just plus the Jace. Urza. Don't have a great answer for this Urza. So I think I will just mana leak this. Yeah. Okay, so they did have the blue card, they just didn't care. Okay, using their force of their own. They're a pretty big construct. We can bounce the construct and then just have an Urza left. Choose heads. We want to flip. Just bounce their construct. Actually, I'll just bounce the Urza too. Play a land, and then under upkeep, I'll tap a blue source. You cannot play Urza then, unless they draw exactly a blue land. If they do, good for them. They want to flip again. Come on. Plains. It's not a blue land, so no Urza. Pass the turn back. Go heads. We lost a flip. Seagate Stormcaller. Let's cast that. So we'll copy our Preordain. Preordain. Yep. We're looking for a twin. Don't need the Mox. We draw a land. It's not what we want. Force of Negation. I don't think we want Force of Negation either. Another Preordain. Honestly, I'm now just tempted to brainstorm. Oh, there's the twin and there's the force. So let's put back Mountain, Plains Twin, play a land. Don't think I want to cast this Preordain. I would just want to keep the force back. And they'll play Urza next turn, and then we can slam the twin on the Pestamite. No, we don't have double red. So maybe we should have played the Preordain. No, we put back a Mountain. Did we not? Now I'm confused. I guess we'll see. I think I'll... Ooh, what is this? It's a lot of mana. Karn. No, thank you. Let's exile this Time Twister. I don't think we want a Time Twister anytime soon. Heads. One to flip. Let's just Preordain first. Yeah, okay, we did have the Mountain. Let's just draw that, play the Mountain, and twin. Hopefully our opponent doesn't make us play this out. Looks like they might. Yeah, okay. They scoop it up. Thank you, opponent. See if we can finish this quick. Game 2. Your Force of Will, Mana Drain, but just a Mountain. So I'm afraid we'll have to mulligan. Very similar hand. Yeah, I have to mulligan. Keep this. Put back Treasure Cruise and Glenalendra. Yeah, and I think I want to prevent them from playing a 4-drop with this Fire Ice. Start with an island and a Mana Drain, or a Mana Crypt. It's going to be tough. Mox Sapphire. Pretty good. Urza. Well, Brazen Borrower. I guess we just bounce their construct. Still have a ton of mana and an Urza out, so don't love our position. They keep winning their flip. Plains. Just spin the Urza. You can do it. Just spin it. Spin it. Yeah, they attack for 1 first. Spin it. Looks like that's what they're doing. Yeah, come on. I wanted you to spin it. I didn't want you to hit a Wormcoil Engine. Splinter Twin. Well, we're far away from twinning. I think we just tap the Wormcoil under upkeep. Nice the Wormcoil and draw another land. Not looking good for the heroes. Spin it again. Oh, attack first. Yep. Is this a spin? Looks like it. Mystical Tutor. Yep. Fractured Identity. I guess we impulse. The thing is, even if we threw the Breach or Emrakul, we don't have a red land that's to start, and it's just not going to beat their board, so I think we can concede. They're going to gain 6 life, so the Emrakul is not lethal. They have to sack a bunch of things, but they'll be left with Wormcoil tokens. So, yeah, no, not going to be it. Hope for a better starting hand. It's not broken again, but I will keep it. At least we have Force of Negation. Play this and say go. I think if we force, we probably get rid of the Brazen Borrower. Mox Sapphire, that I will let happen. Mox Ruby. Man, their deck is good. Or at least they seem to draw pretty good opening hands. Mana Vault. Yeah, I'm very tempted to just let this happen. I guess we have a spell covered with the Force of Negation, and then a permanent covered with the Brazen Borrower. Tolarian Academy too. Jeez. They can play a 7-drop on turn 1? My god, that is busted. Let's just Preordain here. Don't need this Mountain, but I do think I want the Impulse. Next turn we can also Pestamite to tap their Mana Vault. I could have played Karn on turn 1. Plains. They have a Boat of Mana, Ragna's Signet. Okay, it looks like they have all the mana but nothing to do with it. Jace. Well, I'm definitely countering Jace. Question is, yeah, I think it's Brazen Borrower that has to go. No, they have a force of their own. Jeez, that's so brutal. Oof. Yeah, they're gonna run away with this game now. Yeah. Maybe I should have just been playing the Mana Vault too and the Mox and just really go for that. But it felt like we didn't have enough payoffs for that. Like the first draft we had like double Jace, and then it's very easy to recoup that card advantage. Jace of our own. Feel like I want to play a Pester Might and just tap their Mana Vault. No, that can't be right. Let's just pass and see what happens. Okay, so they get the Brainstorm. No, they choose to Fate Seal me. Put a card on top. I'm tempted to just Impulse here then, just to clear that top card. It was a land. I think it was this mountain. I actually want this mountain, so let's just take that. Send the rest to the bottom. And I'm gonna try and slam my own Jace. Sneak attack. Well, just slam this Jace. They have a counter. Just hard casting Force of Will. Torrential. Oh my god. That's brutal. Absolutely brutal. Just getting destroyed here. And it doesn't feel like we really had a chance. So these type of games might be the games where this doesn't stay fun for all that long. It didn't feel like I really had a chance here. It's fun to do some broken stuff yourself, but when you're on the receiving end of it and you didn't really get a chance. Bribery is going to seal the deal here. I'm just going to scoop it up. There's no way we're getting out of this. Thanks for watching. I think I'll try some more of these. I might also try some different tactics. Maybe see if mono white is actually viable. I'd have to start with like Moxborough and Athalia, but maybe that's good to punish all of these people for playing a bunch of non-creature spells. And then in a week time, there will be regular cube drafts, and I will be doing a ton of those, trying to force Niv Mizzet again, most likely. Check back the channel if you like cube drafts. There will be a lot of those coming soon. See you later.